And welcome back to part 4 of What If Goku Was a Girl? Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa came to Earth to try to convince Kakarot to join them and be their breeding slave. Now, I joke mildly, but that was part of the plan. It's like, yeah, you're going to help us usher in a new Saiyan race, lady. You're a strong warrior, we'll make strong babies, that's how it's going to work. And Goku and the gang were like, no. Should you check your privilege? And Nappa didn't make it. Raditz and Vegeta did, and they flew off. They were given warnings, and now we have the gang, using the other wish for Sharon to basically prep the Namekian ship that Kami made to head off into space. Fortunately, all of our crew is still alive, but the question is, who among them is actually going? Because you'd be remiss to think, well, they're all going to go, and we know Goku's going to go. We know Krillin's going to... Oh, no, we can't... Krillin's dead. That's the whole point. But we know Goku's going. That's for certain. And Yamcha and Tien and Chaozu want to go too, but they don't completely trust Piccolo at this time. Rightfully so. I mean, it is Piccolo, but Piccolo assures them that, yeah, look, I'm not going to be trying anything. Don't worry. It's like, what do you mean? Piccolo, mind you, is not the Piccolo we get in the original, where he's been completely reformed by, having Gohan in his life. But he's also not dumb. He knows that Goku, first off, is far stronger, and that if he tries to take over, comes back, it's not going to matter if he's taken over, because Goku and the gang are just too strong, and he would lose. So he's like, I'll stay by and protect your precious planet. Why would you do that? I can't take over the planet. Even if I took over this world, I can't compete with you right now in strength. I'll make sure to rectify that in due time. But for now, a truce is fine by me. It's like, oh, fine. And it's like, cool. And Yamcha, of all people, says, yeah, I'll stay by and keep an eye on him. You really think you're going to be able to take me on, Wolf Boy? Because Wolf Fang Fist. I figure that makes the most sense to cover as a nickname. But we'll see about that. Yamcha actually will stay behind and keep training. And, still be the boy, boy toy. Well, not boy, the boyfriend of Bulma at this point. So Tien and Chaozu, though, agree to go with Goku. So they fly off, head to Namek. And they get a little bit of training in, nothing serious, although we do see that there is a power creep with Gohan and Krillin from their base power levels to Namek. My guess is, and I've always said, that Krillin's power actually was 1,500, not 1,200. And that when he did the full power blast, it went up. Because as far as we know, humans don't have Zenkai. And we know they didn't really do much training in the ship. Think words here. Gohan's power being 1,500 made sense, actually, just because of Zenkai and his Saiyan heritage. So, I mean, you might get a little bit of training in there, but nothing that would really jack their power levels up. Hell, at best, you might get, like, Chaozu and Tien at, like, instead of the 3,000 and 1,000 or 1,000, 3,000 respectively, 1,200, 3,200, like, barely any change. Meanwhile, though, as they're heading their way there, they see two Saiyan pods. When they get there, they see two Saiyan pods drop a little after they get down there, and they wonder if that could be Vegeta and Nappa, or Vegeta and Raditz, which it is. Cut back a little bit to when Vegeta and Nappa are recovering. I keep saying Nappa. Vegeta and Raditz are recovering. Vegeta has his Zenkai at the 24,000. Raditz currently has up to 8, but neither of them have their tails anymore, which is unfortunate. They find out through the grapevine that Frieza is looking for the Dragon Balls on Namek. How he found out about them? How he found out about them? It's anyone's guess, but we know Frieza knew of them anyway. So he most likely would have found his way to Namek one way or the other. Vegeta and Raditz not actually knowing about them in this version. They hear about these wish orbs that can grant them anything they want. They're thinking immortality, all that to get to finally defeat Frieza. And they fly off to try to come off the pass. They go off. And basically, Vegeta asks Raditz, go undercover. Don't worry about it. Because they didn't go there for the Dragon Ball. So So Frieza is not aware of any treachery in that. He doesn't like the Saiyans at all, but he respects them for what they're capable of getting done. So Raditz is there to kind of sneak off and join a group, whereas Vegeta's playing a little a little game of keep away and, slimming out the forces. So he takes out Kui, takes out the Doria. Meanwhile, Raditz is busy focusing on the Dragon Balls. And basically, when they're nearly all there, he does the Vegeta thing and just tosses one, chucks it as far as he can. Both him and Vegeta at this point have gained the ability to sense energy, so finding Dragon Balls is not going to be that difficult for them. Meanwhile, though, Vegeta gets his teeth kicked in by Zarbon. So when he goes to recover, Raditz is now on the chopping block because he's recovering. And, he's confronted by Zarbon and by Frieza. Raditz, may I have a moment of your time? Yes, Lord Frieza, what can I do for you? First off, how is the arm and the arm and leg? Suiting you well, are they? We're still in the experimental stages of the cybernetics, so any feedback you can give is excellent. Well, yes, they're serving me well, and they've actually boosted my power a little bit. Ooh, and he's clocking Rad's power level. 8,000. I must admit, that is impressive. Last I knew, you were only around 1,200. To think you could have increased so much over so time. Well, I did have some issues elsewhere. Oh, yes, I heard about a little debacle you had on a planet. Your sister, was it? Beat you up? That's actually quite amusing. No, but that's how your Saiyans work. You come back a little stronger each time, isn't that right? So, yes. So now that we're past that, tell me, did you know? Did I know what, Lord Frieza? That's right. You haven't figured it out yet. You haven't heard yet. Come with me. Tell me, did you know that Vegeta was going to try to take the Dragon Balls from me? To be honest, sir, I wasn't even aware what Dragon Balls were until I heard about what was going on. Vegeta said nothing. And Raditz now Raditz is a bit of from what we can tell, is a bit more sniveling, at least from the little bit we saw there. It was a bit more sniveling. I have a feeling though he's got a bit more of a silver tongue than Vegeta does. So, I think he's a bit more convincing because he is a coward and he's still the weakest Saiyan. Well, no longer the weakest Saiyan. No, yeah, he's the weakest Saiyan. Because Nab is no longer around. Are you sure? Because lying to me wouldn't be good, After all, as strong as you've gotten, you're still nothing compared to even Zarbon, and the late poor Doria, and even that little purple. What was his name again, Zarbon? Kui, sir. Oh, Kui, yes. Yes, even with an impressive 8,000, you're still nothing. So, I'll just to confirm, you did or did you not know, Raditz? And Raditz is now just like, because he's afraid of Frieza, obviously, but he's like, no, sir, I didn't. I swear to you, I didn't. If I would have stopped him. There's no way. After all, even if we did not honor, even if we did not respect you as we did, there'd be no way we could stop it to take the Dragon Balls from your Excellence. That'd be impossible. No, it was completely stupid and asinine what Vegeta did. And Vegeta's partially conscious, so he could hear this, like, you bastard. That's all well and good. I just needed to be sure. Now, run along. There's still a few more Dragon Balls to collect. Yes, sir. I'll go out and find them at your once. I'll get a search party ready. Do you believe him, Lord Frieza? It's a little difficult to tell with him, honestly. Between the three of them, he always did have the most silver of tongues. But fear is a powerful motivator. He knows very well he wouldn't be able to do anything against us anyway. So for now, he can live as long as he serves his purpose. And what of Vegeta? Well, Vegeta still knows the whereabouts of one of the Dragon Balls as well. And without the scouters available, it's going to be very difficult for us to do anything. Now, we cut, by the way, we had to cut back a little bit to when the scouters were destroyed. we still have the Chaozu, Tien, and Goku moment of them finding the village and Frieza and his goons destroying it. And Goku, even with her massive power level, she really didn't get a Zenkai in this fight. She was actually able to avoid the Gradients long enough to not get any serious damage. She was basically dominating the whole fight with Vegeta. So Goku's still at a 20,000. So she's equal with Dodoria, but she couldn't even take on Zarbon right now. But still, there's something about watching these kids like being suffered that just is as just eating at Goku. It's like, Goku, wait, we can't do this. It's like, but we have to. And she does. It's her who does the Gohan right here. Basically, just, and she lands a serious shot on Dodoria because even Gohan was able to get the jump on Dodoria, and she's just as strong as Dodoria. So she easily just puts him through the wall, just and there's a quack. What was that? It would appear to be a Saiyan woman and to a bold warrior and some sort of doll. Well, that was interesting. Dodoria, are you okay over there?
Oh, little witch. Oh, that did not feel good.
Like, well, Dodoria, they seem to be going off with those who seem to destroy the Dragon Balls. Would you, or the Scouters, would you be so kind as to take care of that? And yeah, they're hiding their powers. Goku knows that she could think so, but she needs to conserve what power she has. And so they're hiding at the moment. Goku's not trying to engage if he can help it. And that's where Vegeta comes in and they hightail it out of there. So now, is Bulma with her? Yeah, actually, no. I actually don't think Bulma's with them here. I forgot to bring that up, that Bulma's not with them. Because Bulma was the only one who knew how to fly the ship originally. But because they used the Dragon Balls to make the ship appropriate and able for them to... appropriate and able to bring the... Sorry, made it... They converted the Namekian ship with the Dragon Ball so they could use the Namekian ship. So yeah. They were able to get there on their own, is what I was trying to get at. So you cut to basically Vegeta eventually waking up. His power's around 30,000. And he tosses the Dragon Balls out of there and he just flips them off, flips them off and flies the hell out of there. Meanwhile, and eventually he meets up with Raditz, who's like, you little bastard. What did you expect me to say, Vegeta? Well, we need to stop Vegeta. Which Raditz immediately also takes a couple out, and Vegeta takes a couple out. Like, what the hell did you expect me to say? That, oh, yes, I knew about it. I'd be dead on the spot, Vegeta. And then you'd be all on your own without anyone else. As powerful as you are, we both know you can't take on Frieza at this time. So I played the best hand I could, and it fortunately worked out for both of us. Now let's shut up and get the Dragon Balls. Vegeta does not like him back-talking him, but he can't argue the point. It's like, you're clever, Raditz. One day it's going to get you killed, either by Frieza's men or me. But for now, I'm in agreement. Meanwhile, we cut over to the gang actually going to meet Lord Guru. And I think basically, more or less, because we know Guru, the gang, the three of them, all had their potential lock. Dende, Gohan, and Krillin. They all would get their potential unlocked. So Dende's, however much power level Dende actually had, that increased by a minimum of 8. We know that's the base multiplier too by the hidden potential unlock, thanks to the power levels we have for Gohan and Krillin. It's right around about an 8 times multiplier. And then whatever the final amount is all dependent on the person. With Krillin's, if I'm not mistaken, it's about a 42 times. It's about a 42 times because his whole power is around 75. And both of them had 1,500. Whereas Gohan's landed last known power level was around 200,000. And I believe it's like 133 times, if I'm not mistaken. But Gohan had the advantage of getting Zenkais, too. Gohan's power was increasing throughout his fight with Raccoon, but he got the crap kicked out of him. So he probably got a huge Zenkai there. We know he got a Zenkai with Frieza in that fight. So Gohan had the advantage of getting some Zenkais. Where does that put everyone else right now and final potential levels? Okay, so Chaozu we know is at about 1,000. I'm not really going to do the extra 200,000. So that's immediately 8,000 is what Chaozu's power level is at. Chaozu's potential is weird to calculate because Chaozu does not have the power level of a Z fighter. He's got the power level of a psychic. His powers are psychic based. He can do Ki Blast. He can fight. It's not that he's incapable of doing it. That's not where his true abilities lie. So this is really odd to kind of pinpoint where Chaozu's ultimate potential kind of lies. I will conservatively say maybe a 20 times when it's all said and done, which would put him at Goku's power level when it's all said and done. Right now it's an 8. And then you have Tien, who's around 3,000 right now. You do the math, obviously it's 24,000. Tien probably has more potential than Chaozu because Tien's actually not fully human. He's a hybrid of like triad aliens. That's where the third eye comes from. So he's probably got more potential than, say, the average human does. Krillin is the strongest human in DBZ. They've confirmed Krillin is the strongest human, but that's because he had the advantage almost certainly of getting his power unlocked by Guru, and then all the excess training and stuff like that. If someone like Tien, who is a hybrid human physiology, did that, then I had a feeling he'd be stronger than Krillin and have more potential ultimately than Krillin. So you get the 8 times multiplier of 24. I will say it's not by a lot. It's by 50. I'll say 50 times overall, which would then put him at 50 times 3, 150,000. Solid level right there, especially for this time frame. But right now, 24,000 when it gets unlocked. So when Vegeta ultimately shows up to confront them, because that's the thing. Sensing at the power level, sensing the Dragon Ball, he basically goes to find, and they have all but won the Dragon Balls, and they probably figured out they might need a Namekian to unlock these things. So they both had Guru, Raditz, and Vegeta. They've hidden the Dragon Balls, and Goku was the last one to go, oh, so you all came in, you've improved quite a bit. You're actually just as strong as Nappa, little boy. You better not talk to me that way. Oh, what are you going to do? You better back off, Vegeta. Back off, Vegeta. We're not the same as when you fought us last night. I can tell, but still, besides Frieza, I'm the strongest one on this planet, bar none. Until, obviously, there's still Nail. And Nail could take on Vegeta, actually. Until he does feel the power increase. Like, what is that? And to which Goku says, Kakarot! Miss me, Vegeta? Is something wrong, Vegeta? And obviously an 8 times multiplier on a 20,000, that's 160. Goku's overall power level, we know that hybrids have more potential than pureblood Saiyans. That's been stated. So the 133, yeah. The problem is I'm trying to figure out what Gohan's increase was probably going to be without the Zenkais. Probably more like 80 times, I'm going to guess. So we can assume that Goku's is still going to be higher than Tien's by a good margin. We'll say 70, honestly. It changes, fluctuate between each of these, but yeah, we'll say a full 70 times. Not as much as, say, as Gohan's, plus again Zenkai is a factor in, but we'll say 70, which will ultimately put Goku's overall power at 1.4 million when it's all said and done, provided Zenkais are included. But right now it's 160,000. So, no, they explained their scenario like Guru's like, we just want to use the Dragon Balls to bring our friend back. That's it. That's all we want. Your desire is a noble one. I sense no evil in your hearts. Very well, you may use the Dragon Balls to resurrect that which you have lost. And so, yeah, but I only ask you to save my people. My time grows near. If I die, the Dragon Balls will be lost as well. So please, use them quickly. And so, I may only have a few days left on this planet. And so, when Vegeta says like, and Raditz like, Kakarot, sister, your power, it's how? It's like, Tien's like, trade secret. You don't want to mess with us. It's like, and then they suddenly sense the other powers coming. Fortunately, Goku's does eclipse them, really. They do. Or it does. But Still, I mean, Ginyu's is like a 120, so that's still something that's... and you combine the total power levels of the Ginyus, we actually only know of Captain Ginyu's, Goldo's, I think. Other than that, though, we don't actually know Raccoon's, Jace's, and Birders. Most assumptions say that Raccoon's probably around like a 40,000, which is why he was able to kind of just survive Vegeta no problem. And we know Jace and Birder are about equal in power, and it's stated that a power level of 60,000 is the combined total to beat the Ginyu Force. So it's most likely that Jace and Birder are around like a 50. So if you combine the power total together of the Ginyu Force, well, then you're looking at a grand total of almost 300,000. That is impressive, but that's near here. That is what it is. So they get the Dragon Balls. They have the one Dragon Ball.
We need to hurry. You can wish your damn friend back. I don't care. We need to make sure that Frieza can't use these.
My voice didn't do that.
We just have to make sure that Frieza can't use the Dragon Balls. Frieza can't use what now? Where's the Dragon Balls? Where's you?
I say, hello, Vegeta. It's so good to... actually, let me go the actual series.
Vegeta, it's good to see you again. How you been? Ginyu. Me? Me and the boys are just fine here.
But unfortunately, we're going to have to acquire those little trinkets you call Dragon Balls. I hope you don't mind. And so, they're about to take Dragon Balls, and Vegeta's he's kind of a deer caught in the headlights because he knows they cannot take this group on. Well, he can't, and Rad's knows that he can't. Like, damn it all! To which both Tien, Goku, and Shouts of all people are walking onto the battlefield. Now, as time passes, your potential grows, and the quicker you fight, the quicker it grows, from what we can tell. So at this moment, Shouts is probably now at a 10. Tien might be pushing to 30, and Goku's probably now pushing to 200. We're talking about the percent of power, after all. And so, and what do we have here? New friends. Let's see here now. You're keeping your power. They're suppressing their power, so this isn't going to be it. These scouters are no good to us right now. We're gonna have to take those Dragon Balls. I hope you understand. I hope you understand we can't do that. You want them, you're going to have to take them. Come and get them. Goldo, would you do your thing? And they just take the dragon. It's like, huh? It's like, Goldo's not very strong, but his psychic abilities are second to none. He can literally freeze time just by holding his damn breath. To which, well, we're gonna have to go. And to which the Ginyu's about to head off, but Goku just cuts him off. I told you you're not going anywhere. So you're going to show off your real power now. I say, what? And it's just 200,000? It's like, what? What was that? Wait, Captain Ginyu? That's not possible. Well, Goku does not like this. And Tien's power, his power is around 30,000. Vegeta said, screw it. I say, I'll handle Goldo. What? You're going to handle Goldo? I might not be as strong as the rest of you, but my abilities are just like him, psychic based. It's like, oh, you want to go, huh? Well, let's do it. And then Chaozu actually freezes like, what? It's like, don't on me! It's like, actually, because he wasn't expecting Chaozu to pull the same psychic paralysis that he pulled on Gohan and Krillin. So he just put the odds. Like, that little monkey that little doll just killed Goldo. It's like, well, you're all dead now. Raccoon will enjoy this. And so, screw it, Raditz! All out or nothing! All out or nothing! Right, and then it's just a free-for-all at that point. Ginyu's scared shitless right now, and Goku's not letting him get away. Because they need the Dragon Balls to bring back Krillin. And she's like, I'm not going to let you take this away from us. And the fight's going on, and they're losing ground on the ground, basically. They're losing ground in the group fight. Goku's the only one at the moment who could actually overcome them. But fortunately, the gang did bring some Senzu beans along. I do believe that was predominantly something they needed to do, and they did it. So as the fight continues, Goku beats Ginyu into the ground, suddenly comes and just blasts all three of the remaining Ginyus just away. I mean, they're not dead or anything, and they're not unconscious. Just kicks them out of the way. It's like, "Hello, you guys okay?" And better. Here, everyone. We only got a couple of these left. And then Chaozu gets a Senzu. Vegeta, everyone gets a Senzu. Chaozu and Tien, because they've been fighting and now they're freshened up, are a lot stronger now. I would imagine putting Tien probably more closer to like the 50,000, and Chaozu pretty much pushing his full 20. So Tien now is able to really go toe-to-toe with the Ginyus. Vegeta and Raditz both get Zenkai. We know Vegeta's power is around 200,000 at that point. Raditz still probably isn't getting major Zenkais, but I would imagine 15,000 is a reasonable number to have him at. And so the fight is, you're going to pay for that. I have to admit, you're pretty strong there, girl. Especially for a Saiyan. But it doesn't matter. I'll admit, it's been a while since I've been in a female body. And Goku's like, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard. You'll understand when I'm inside you. What the hell are you? Change now! As they actually put the final smackdown on the Ginyus. They're like, damn it all! What was that? It's like, what is this? I mean, you're you. That's what's going on. I have to admit. And he starts actually kind of being again, not trying to make every villain a creep, but I could imagine getting you kind of creeping on. I have to admit, he starts kind of touching stuff. It's been a while since I've been in one of these things, taking these bikes, right? And I'll be honest, you've got a nice one. It's like, you creep! And so Ginyu and Goku are kind of duking it out, but neither of them are used to each other's body at the moment. So powering up is not that easy. And then they lay the smackdown on Goku's body before and eventually you get the bicep attempt with Vegeta and Ginyu, but Goku gets in the way. It's like, damn it all, no! It's like, goodbye Ginyu, and then just kills Ginyu. Goku's too effed up at the moment to do much. Fortunately, though, they have one Senzu being left. I may have said last 4, but I imagine 5 is good enough. They had enough, I think, to maybe give everyone 2. And unfortunately, they used up 4 of them, so there's 2 left, and they give it to Goku. Goku gets up. She's recovered. Between now probably being at her full 1.4 million and a Zenkai, honestly, we're now looking at Namek level Goku right then and there. So 3 million, I think, is right in the gate. And so they have all the Dragon Balls. And they have Dende there as well with them. So they now just have to use the Dragon Balls before Frieza can. How will this go down? We will find out. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you for the next one.